Welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show. I am James Boslaw, your Fredericksburg area realtor and vacation rental investor. And this show is all about real estate in the Fredericksburg area, the Fawn Lake Community, and the vacation rental space. I help people buy and sell homes because I believe that everyone should grow their wealth as they live in or own a home that they love. I also believe that you should feel confident when you are buying or selling a home, and confidence comes when you are well educated and informed, and that's what this show is all about. Enjoy the show. Hey everybody, welcome to the Explore Real Estate Show, where in today's episode, I'm going to go over the real estate statistics for the Fawn Lake community in the month of January of 2026. So it's the first month in the new year, and we have a lot of data to go over. And at the end of this episode, you're going to have a much better understanding of where the real estate market is currently in the Fawn Lake community. So let's dive right in. Before I dive into these stats, I do want to remind you that this is just 1 month's worth of data, and we do have a smaller community. So we do have to take the information that we're about ready to go over with a grain of salt, because we're only looking at a small sample of homes sold just 1 month into the new year. However, I am going to add some additional data which will shed a little bit more light on where we stand right now with the real estate market in the Fawn Lake community. So let's dive in. The first thing that I want to share with you is that the average sold price in the Fawn Lake community is up dramatically this January versus last January. This January, the average sold price and median sold price is at $1,072,000. So that is the average sold price. We're talking about over $1 million, which is great news. Last year, just so you know, the average sold price in January of 2025 was $873,000. Now, yes, that is a very big difference on the average sold price this year, much higher than it was last year. However, we're talking about just 2 homes that sold in the month of January for Fawn Lake, whereas in last year there were 3 homes that sold in January here in Fawn Lake. So I don't want to read too much into these numbers. However, the early closings taking place in January does reflect that we have a higher average sales price and a higher median sales price than we did in January of 2025. Now, as far as average days on the market, what we see is that the average days on market for homes in the Fawn Lake community before going under contract that closed in January is actually up. It's up from an average of 24 days in January of 2025 to now in January 2026, an average of 35 days on the market before these specific homes went under contract and then eventually closed in January. So what we're seeing is early on in the Fawn Lake community, there's not a lot of data. There's 2 homes that sold compared to 3 last year in January. And those homes that did sell have a much higher price than we saw in January of 2025. But once again, just 2 homes. Don't want to read too much into that. However, what I do want to share with you that will shed a little bit more light on what's going on in our community is that currently right now in the Fawn Lake community, we have 7 homes that are under contract, 7 homes that are pending, set to close soon. Now, the 5-year average in January is actually only 3 homes that are under contract. So we have twice as many homes under contract right now than what our 5-year average is. And so that is an early indication that buyers are purchasing more in Fawn Lake. There's going to be some more closings, some more transactions in the month of February than there is historically in the past, because we have more homes under contract. As far as the number of active listings right now, we have 21 active listings for sale in the Fawn Lake community, and the 5-year average is 19. So we see a slight bump in inventory compared to what we see in the 5-year average, and that is also reflected in our month supply. Our month supply right now is 4.2 months in the Fawn Lake community, whereas in our 5-year average is 3.7. Now, I do want to share with you that I took a very close look at the homes that are under contract, and all of those homes that are under contract are under $1 million, and some of those are well under $1 million. Now, we'll see where they close at. That will become public information that our data tracks as soon as those homes sell in the month of February, and we'll reflect that out on next month's episode. But the early indications do show that the homes that are going under contract right now were all listed for under $1 million. So what I think that means is that buyers are purchasing homes in our community right now that will allow them more affordability. And we'll once again report back out on that next month. But I can say that one of my listings went under contract, and it is under $1 million, and that will be closing next month. And that is something that we're seeing as a trend right now in the Fawn Lake community, that buyers are wanting to move in, but they are looking for homes currently that are on the lower side of $1 million. So once again, we'll report out next month with more information to track those homes that are currently pending, the 7 homes that are pending. And once they close, we will report back on what that data shows regarding those homes. But as you can see behind me, the trees don't have leaves quite yet, and spring is just around the corner. The weather is warming up, and so is the real estate market in the Fawn Lake community. So if you own a home in here and you're concerned about the values and where they're going, make sure that you follow these episodes so that we can track where the market is going here in the Fawn Lake community. If you're a buyer looking to purchase a home right now in here, just so you know, there are homes that have been on the market for quite some time, and there are opportunities for you to leverage that there are fewer buyers in the market right now, and there is a good chance that you might be able to get a home for less than what it's listed for. And so if you are looking to buy a home in the Fawn Lake community, reach out to me as soon as you can so we can help you leverage the current market situation to your benefit. But spring is right around the corner, and we're committed to bringing you the real estate statistics for the Fawn Lake community every single month so that you know what's going on in here, and you can track what the trends and what the statistics are. So with that being said, this is going to be a shorter episode. We only have 1 month of data to look at, but I am super intrigued to find out where things are going to go for 2026, and we'll be here every step of the way. As always, if you have any questions, or if you are looking to buy or sell a home in the Fawn Lake community, you could reach out to us at rockwiserealty.com. You can also do so at explorewithjb.com, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Well, I hope you have a great day, a wonderful week, and we will see you on the next episode.